Pete here with the smallbusinessresourcecenter.com and the Small Business Resource Center YouTube channel. This is your source for coronavirus news, business tips, tech tips, and whatever you need for businesses and self-employed people. One of the people that are on my channel commented and asked questions about the SBA researching fraud. So if you're watching my video and you're a subscriber, you probably have nothing to worry about. I'm going to explain why and tell you all the details of what I found, and I will have links to the information. So if you're new here, hit subscribe and hit the notification bell. And if you're new or you've been here for a while, do me a favor, smash a like button and comment if you have questions, because it really helps me out. But what we got here is a situation with the SBA, and this article here, which a link will be in the descriptions from the Washington Post, they notated that in Chicago, and I'm sure it's happened all over the United States, but the article mentioned Chicago, many people have applied for the EIDL grant advance, and they do not want the loan. But there's actually people who've applied for the loan, and I'll go over all of that. So basically what they suspect is people are either stealing identities or using their own. They're stating they have a business, most of the times because the EIDL says you need 10 employees because the way the SBA changed the structure to get the $10,000 grant, they would have 10 as a number for an employee. What the SBA discovered is most of the times when they would try to follow up, the people that they called knew very little or couldn't answer basic questions about the business. So that was a red flag right there. But they, in the article, did not mention how much funds that they actually dispersed to potentially fraudulent businesses. And the spokesman for the SBA said the Inspector General declined information about their financial controls and how the money was given out so easily to potentially a lot of fraudulent applicants, even though they did contact some and now they're on alert. But you have to keep in mind, if you're applying like me and you're watching this video, you probably are trying to figure out how they could be fraudulent, because the SBA's program actually stated you did not need tax returns, etc., to qualify for the advance. I was asked for 2016 to 2019 tax returns. So after they got my first tax returns, they then basically still had me in reconsideration. And when the 2019 tax returns are due, now that I got an email saying they wanted those. You know, I don't want to yell at these people or get upset, but I just gave them the information. Of course, I was asked for my business license. I spoke with the people on the phone. So if you saw my other video, I emailed and spoke with a SBA EIDL lender directly. So I have information about that if you are subscribed and you look at my other videos if you need help. I don't know why the information's not there. That's easy to find, but it is in one of my videos. So they might be manufacturing fake documents or stealing people's identities to do this. And May, the federal prosecutor in Manhattan, arrested and charged Mouj Ma, a Chinese nationalist with bank fraud. They basically had fraudulent statements that they were seeking $20 million worth of SBA paycheck protection and disaster loans. Before uncovering the scheme, the agency sent the $10,000 advance and also approved a $500,000 EIDL loan to this person, according to the Southern District New York courts. And they claimed that they had hundreds of employees and 2 businesses, even though they were actually the sole owner of a single person-run business. Also, Maurice Fain, who's known as Arkansas Mo, he's I guess a TV reality star from some show. I think the show was called Love Hip Hop Atlanta. Basically, he applied for $2 million and he got approved. Keep in mind, he's actually a sole owner of his business, and he used the money for the Paycheck Protection Program. He bought $1.5 million in jewelry, a Rolls Royce, paid child support. And so I personally don't understand how these people are doing this. And the main reason is because I know Oh, I will have the link in the description for this one too if you want to read the full article. But I know for a certain fact that everybody that has been on my channel and watching, some people have been lucky, and I believe you still had to submit paperwork, but the SBA seems to be so picky, we can't even get away with our legitimate applications that we're submitting for our legitimate businesses. So they're having hardworking Americans, small businesses, and entrepreneurs who are applying, who are not being able to get approved. We're submitting information, and like me, I submitted everything they said as quick as possible. And then even after I did that, now they're, despite the fact of anything, they're saying now we want your 2019 tax returns. I'm like, give me a break here. So do me a favor, hit the like button. It really would help me out. And if you're new, smash the subscribe button and the notification bell. So the SBA here is blaming fraud on the requirement changes. They don't want to take the blame. They'll hassle us and make it difficult for the hardworking man and woman to get approved, but they're saying it was a requirement changes what have caused this fraud to happen easily. The SBA is saying the streamlined EIDL advance process for the CARES Act waived the applicant's tax returns and the complete credit check, and that's what's causing the fraud. I've been in business for 14 years as a real estate agent, along with my other side hustles, I want to call them, and self-employments. This is one of them. And as you can see, I don't understand. I didn't put I have 10 employees. Of course, I stated I've got one, and they still are making it so difficult for me to get approved. And I know you guys are probably in the same boat. People are even getting approved, not getting the advance, even though they applied before, and getting turned down. You know, I got my own opinions on that, but we'll just stick to what's going on here. They want to blame the application process, not themselves, on approving fraudsters. So you want to keep in mind that many business people and self-employed people are getting turned down, and I'm just saying you can't, how can you blame the process when you're hassling us and not approving our loans? Okay. So I actually do have videos that if you did get approved for the EIDL, but you did not get the advance grant, you can apply for reconsideration. I'm going to put the link here. Comment below. Let me know what you think is the problem, but keep in mind the whole point of this video is to let you know that you probably won't have to be worried about any fraud. It seems like most of the fraud is because the SBA is not doing a good job. Identity theft, fake businesses, and some other things, maybe fake documents. So, and then here is going to be the official statement for the Small Business Administration on finding and reporting fraud. So here's the letter from the Office of the Inspector General of the U.S. Small Business Administration. This is talking about the economic injury disaster loan and the potential fraud. So basically they're outlining what it's supposed to be used for: fixed debts, payroll, accounts payable, and other eligible bills. So of course they talk about the EIDL advance, which they're saying is not available, and now they're talking about the fraud. They said warning signs of fraud include using stolen identities to qualify, applications from ineligible persons, non-business entities, suspended, barred individuals, or fake businesses established specifically to apply for the SBA assistance, borrowers working with third parties to obtain the EIDL loan funds in exchange for keeping a percentage of the funds, borrowers using economic injury disaster loan money to start a business, misuse of loan funds, reporting inflated business and financial information, borrowers declining loans after advance funds have been deposited. So I want to keep in mind that I just don't understand how people are getting away with this, because I know personally, and if you're watching this, they've asked for so much documentation, you give it to them, and they still seem to hassle you. And many people are saying, hey, I gave them the information, Now I still get turned down, or they say you don't need the money. I mean, if you have a small business and you're shut down completely because of this coronavirus, or your state has caused you to be shut down, or your business is reduced 50% to 70%, and some of the restaurants in Pennsylvania are at 25% now with the regulations, how are you not qualified to get these funds? I don't understand. But this is Pete. I'm not saying I agree with it, so I'm just putting out the information. This is Pete with the Small Business Resource Association. Smash your like button, subscribe somewhere, and share the news. I hope the next time I report something, it's going to be happier. Have a great day.